Hi, welcome to your astrology forecast for the days of April 28th to May 1st, 2014. And on April 28th, the moon conjuncts the south node in Aries and opposes the north node in Libra. So this is just before the eclipse occurs, but the moon conjuncts it in Aries. So the moon in Aries is allowing us to really express our deepest emotions and be able to express ourselves more fully when it comes to our emotional nature, as well as when it's conjuncting the south node, it's helping us to let go of self-conscious tendencies, selfish tendencies, impatient tendencies, and yeah, just the tendencies to be like a me first attitude. And since it's opposing Libra, it's trying to challenge us to think of the other person's point of view more often and be more diplomatic in how we go about, stating our own point of view. And it's also trying to get us to find a balance between ourselves and others as well. And let's see what else happens here. The moon enters Taurus right after that. And when the moon enters Taurus, the energies get a lot more grounded and stable, and you'll be able to focus your energies easier and be able to focus on your, getting work done or working on finances and being more strong in your values, and you could even focus on taking care of your body more and enjoying your senses, enjoying, the good food. And, one thing about Taurus is you do have to watch out for overindulgence. So when the moon's in Taurus, some of us may indulge in food a bit more. But you can enjoy food as long as it's healthy. So also you can enjoy any other senses as well. Vision, visual senses or feeling, or, Taurus enjoys its senses. So, yeah. And then the moon in Taurus sextiles Neptune in Pisces. Now this really helps us to get in tune with our intuition and be able to put it to practical use, and also get in touch with our own feelings very easily and be able to follow our hunches so that we can create abundance, or so that we are able to kind of, follow our hunches to more finances, or also we would be very in touch with our value systems and our intuition. And you should always listen to your feelings, especially on this day, but it always should anyway. But yeah, it's great for bringing imaginative ideas down to earth and making practical use of them, and yeah, more than likely gaining more abundance. And the moon conjuncts the sun in Taurus. Now, this is when the annular solar eclipse occurs. It's a new moon annular solar eclipse. So when the moon conjuncts the sun, this is a new beginning, a new cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. So you can really start something new, but also it's about kind of releasing the shadow aspects of something and creating a new beginning by releasing some of those shadow aspects of something. So maybe some ego aspects that have been holding us back in whatever area of life Taurus rules for you, and just kind of letting go of those things that hold you back, and just starting fresh with something, and really just putting a lot of new energies into something that you are working on in whatever area that Taurus rules for you. And more than likely, this could have to do with finances and abundance and value systems and possessions, and even possibly diet and things that have to do with your body, and yeah, basically all those things. And let's find out what else. Sorry, I actually broke my camera, so I have to use my phone to look at the aspects now. So it makes it a little less easy. All right. On April 29th, the moon conjuncts Mercury in Taurus. So this can really help us to express our feelings and be able to stay very true to our feelings and true to our sense of our values. And we could also express how we feel about money and be able to gain new ideas about money and kind of refine the way we look at our possessions and our money, kind of look at how we feel about those things from a more logical viewpoint, and try to maybe kind of be able to like just get a more emotion versus intellect thing more in balance. So of course, it's easy to look at money in a logical way because money is a pretty logical thing, but emotions do get pretty mucky when it comes to money. So we could kind of gain more of a perspective on how we feel about money. And then the moon in Taurus trines Pluto in Capricorn. So this is going to be bringing up some unconscious feelings about money, especially, and about our careers, and where we are really heading in terms of what we want to bring to the world. And this is going to help us become aware of, what is blocking us or what is holding us back when it comes to gaining money and, putting our ideas into practice or putting our careers into practice or what we do as a career. We could be questioning all of these things and kind of looking at all these things and becoming more aware of any things that are, unconscious within us so that we can really look at that and transform it. Transforming our emotions about money, transforming our feelings about our job, any of these things. All right, and then the moon in Taurus sextiles Jupiter in Cancer. Now, this is a lot better for expanding our emotions and expanding our horizons and expanding our resources, especially. And we could really make some progress in gaining abundance, and we could actually kind of expand our values even and kind of look at another viewpoint of the values of maybe even people from other cultures or values of people from across the world, or kind of look at your own family's values and see, what those are. And this could help you to kind of expand what your own values are. All right. And Mercury in Taurus trines Pluto in Capricorn. So Mercury trining Pluto in Capricorn could bring up conversations that bring up, things that have been hidden. We could express something about our own value system that was hidden before, or maybe even our own feelings about money. And we could have really transformative conversations, very revealing conversations, or even conversations about our career. We could even, shed some light when it comes to our career, or, communicate something within our career that really transforms, our direction, potentially even, when it comes to what our career is or how we make money. So it's kind of intense, but this could be, ultimately it's for the highest good. And typically that's what I believe when it comes to all cycles, is that, any changes that are made are ultimately so that you can grow and so that you can become more of who you are and really expand in who you are. So all these things coming up with Pluto are just trying to get you to move in the direction that your soul wants to go. And when you let go and you give into the universe, then you're going to be able to move in the path in which your soul like really came here to do. So if you're holding on tightly to something that you're not really supposed to be holding on to, then it's going to make it hard on you if you're holding on. But if you just let go and accept and believe and have faith that, everything's going to work out in the end, then that's where you're going to be able to, find your new path and find the new ways to make money or have a career that really is in line with your soul purpose. All right. Let's see. The moon in Taurus sextiles Chiron and Pisces. So this is kind of helping us to let go of old wounds associated with our values or with money or our possessions. We may even be able to get rid of old things that remind us of old wounds potentially. But it would be a very emotional experience to do that on that day. But it could be for the best to get rid of things that are associated with old feelings. And of course, burning sage is always a good idea when you're doing that sort of thing. Clearing your space and just getting rid of old things that are associated with those things, or even old value systems that were associated with times when you were wounded, or like letting go of old ways of looking at things, especially when it comes to, what you've learned from some of the more intense experiences you may have had. And, try to let go of the jadedness associated with that and, that kind of thing. You could even just let go of old ways of looking at money or old wounds associated with money. All right. And the moon in Taurus opposes Saturn and Scorpio. So there is a potential to create some focus and get things done and be able to really hone in on what you need to do. But there may be a struggle and there may be a sense of heaviness associated with it. But the best thing to do is kind of accept that heaviness in a way. Just kind of accept, like, if you're feeling kind of stuck or blocked, just kind of allowing it to, allowing that to be so and not focus on that too much. Don't focus on the blockage too much and just kind of, instead just be like, accept how things are and then start working towards something. Start with something small and somewhat simple. So if you do that, you'll be able to get more done and kind of just, not have to worry about the heavy part of it. But it may be sort of a challenge considering it's an opposition. But yeah, you could actually, still be able to move past that. All right. Let's see. On April 30th, Mercury in Taurus sextiles Jupiter in Cancer. So this is great for having conversations that are very mind expanding and help you grow. And you can even have these conversations with your family or with family members or in your home. And you could even discuss things about what it is you guys value and be able to expand when it comes to your values, or expand and talk about the values of another culture, or even expand your mind about the way, how to look at money, or the way you look at money, expanding that whole idea, or even be able to learn something that can help you to expand your finances. All right, and then the moon in Taurus sextiles Venus in Pisces, and they both in conjunct the North Node in Libra. So this is great for relationships. The moon in Taurus is, of course, very sensual and is very, like the best way to describe it would be like cozy. And then Neptune in Pisces, or is it Neptune? No, Venus in Pisces is very romantic and idealistic and very like fantastic, I guess, and very able to just kind of idealize and bring a more imaginative and spiritual kind of sense to things, a very romantic sense to things. So when you combine those things, and the moon in Taurus is very loyal and very grounded. So those things together is just a very, you got a whole spectrum of like a very earthy, sensual, and a very idealistic, spirity kind of intuitive vibe. And then they both in conjunct the North Node in Libra. Now the North Node in Libra is all about relationships, and the North Node is, of course, what we're aiming towards. So it's more aiming towards that ideal relationship, or that, more ideal view of what relationships are, and bringing more of a balance to relationships and bringing more sense of harmony to relationships. So, I mean, this is going to be like, aiming towards relationships. So if you're not in a relationship, then this is likely to bring one. If you are in a relationship, then this is going to really give a boost to that, and you'll be able to really enjoy each other, and it could reach a much deeper level. Yeah. All right. And then the moon enters Gemini. So we could be able to communicate our feelings a lot easier, and the energies would be very intellectual. You'll be able to look at your emotions from a more intellectual point of view. And you may even communicate more with your neighbors or with siblings, or, run around your neighborhood and get, run around and get stuff done around your neighborhood. Excuse me. And it's, you could talk a lot on the phone, or people will be just more chatty and witty, and, the energy will just be a lot more, communicative and airy and stuff. And then Mercury in Taurus sextiles Chiron in Pisces. So we may be able to heal ourselves by communicating our old wounds, and we are kind of working on letting go of certain values that have held us back, or contributed to the wounds. And we may be able to just kind of, by communicating with someone, that you trust, could help you to move past some of those wounds and be able to help someone else perhaps with their old wounds and help them heal through this conversation. And on May 1st, the moon in Gemini squares Neptune in Pisces. So this is a very flitty type of energy, very elusive, very, the moon in Gemini is all like in its mind and thinking a lot, and kind of, all about the place, talking a lot, and just thinking very much of the mind. And then Neptune in Pisces is very much about the intuition. And the thing is, with Neptune in Pisces squaring moon in Gemini, Neptune in Pisces could bring up the more illusionary side of things. So you do want to watch your thoughts on this day and not get too caught up in your fantasies, because they could cause you to kind of, spiral into this, scenario that you make up in your mind that isn't even real. So if you just, watch that. But this could help you to understand your unconscious mind better, and to get in touch with your intuition easier. And meditation would be recommended on this day, especially if your mind is wandering or chatty on this day especially. And you could actually pay attention to your dreams easier and be able to write them down and understand your dreams a little easier, because your unconscious will be a little bit more connected to your conscious mind. Though there is a disparity there, so because it's a square, so just making sure you don't get too caught up in fantasy land and you kind of meditate and ground yourself. All right. And then the moon in Gemini trines Mars in Libra. So you could actually have some fun with your thoughts, and you could play like a game that's sort of competitive, but is very of the mind. And it would be a good idea to do something that is intellectually stimulating or both intellectually stimulating and active on this day. And maybe even go check out things in your neighborhood and learn new things. And it would be even better if you could do this with a partner, either someone that you're in a relationship with, or even your sibling or siblings potentially, or even with a neighbor. And then the moon in Gemini squares Chiron in Pisces. So this is having us thinking about some of our old wounds, and this is bringing up some of the pain associated with that, and you may have to kind of meditate and heal it, and you could communicate it with someone, or even communicate it with your siblings or with a neighbor, or you can even help them to heal an old wound in a conversation. So communication about old wounds is going to be occurring, and you're going to have to kind of face some of these things and kind of allow them to heal, and meditation is recommended. All right, and that's all of the aspects for these few days here. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate any likes or subscribes or comments I receive. And I hope you guys have an awesome week.